Banshee. On the top we have a Artemis rocket and a Gatling gun. Then for their second ship we have the Crazy Dreams, piloted by Mighty Cap. It's a squid with a Gat Banshee and on the rear a Gatling gun.
And then for the East Chaladon Trading Company, we have the Ephemeral Moth piloted by Mo, and it has a carronade, a Gatling, a Banshee, and a beacon flare gun. And we also have a Goldfish, the Narwhal, piloted by Captain Scrowbeard. It has a front watcher, a right side Gatling, and a left side carronade. I've been thinking of alternative names for the Ephemeral Moth just to demonstrate further confusion as to how it's pronounced. I think we're going to go with the Euphemistic Butterfly.
Sounds like a plan to me. And for those who couldn't hear me at the first case, I'm using push to talk now and I might have not pressed the button correctly. My apologies for this.
Greasy Dream has already taken about 20, maybe 30%, perhaps even as much as 35% of their permahull to that engagement. Not necessarily quite going according to plan, but now the Ephemeral Moth is sitting in the Arcs of the Reborn, which is not going to be pleasant for them. The carronade is coming out, it's doing a little bit of work on the balloon, it is going to reduce their vertical mobility somewhat, but the Greasy Dream is coming in from the side. Armor break coming up on the Ephemeral Moth, surely here, there it is. Banshee's coming out. Down to about 50%. Oh, they've managed to duck underneath the Reborn, and that carronade did do some work for them. The Narwhal now coming in on the Greasy Dream.
Yeah.
Break on the Ephemeral Moth,
Ooh,
that could be it, but the Watcher, eats the Greasy Dream's armor and then does a bit of permahull work.
It looks like the Ephemeral Moth might go down here. Mobile's giving heavy fire on it. Might actually.
It's trying to back up and disengage, I think. Ooh.
Ooh,
Watcher goes out on the Reborn. Reborn now might find himself 2 versus 1 if the Ephemeral Moth can get its arcs up, or
when it goes down.
No.
No, they completely missed the Hawacha. So they are quite in a dangerous situation now.
I believe the turn is completely screwed.
Yeah, completely screwed. Although if they could get away, they have to be quickly now.
The problem is that trying to get away from a squid is never a pleasant experience, especially when the way you've got to run is straight past a mobula.
Yeah, of course, of course. It looks like they're actually trying to stand their ground, or...
Well, they're probably trying to do as much damage as they can before they get killed, which is probably the smart choice here, because running just turns engines towards the Greasy Dream's Gatling. They might be able to tank it out and let the Ephemeral Moth come in, although that could end up being a mistake.
Ooh, little tapper in from the Crazy Dreams right there.
Oh, they're dragging the fight back towards the Ephemeral Moth, but this could end up being a meat grind even if it's an unintentional one. The Narwhal is going to suffer another armor break here, I think.
Balloon is down.
Oh,
they managed to repair the hull in time, though.
They got it back up in time, but the Hades are coming back in. Here comes the armor break, and any explosive damage would do it. There we go. And now the Ephemeral Moth is 2 versus 1 again. This is not ideal. This Goldfish was able to pull back, but it didn't. I'm not sure it actually worked out in their favor in the end. Now the Ephemeral Moth is engaging the Reborn, but they're going to be Gatlinged and Bansheed and Hades.
Yeah, Squid got behind them. It's a bad position for a Pyramidian. Yeah, double team.
And that's 3-0. So that was kind of brutal. The first engagement there with the Pyro going down
the
left
Pyro
them
overextended them. There, the Goldfish did not react quick enough by moving in, or at least trying to disable the Squid so they could focus fire, and it didn't turn out too well for them.
I'm not entirely sure they knew exactly where the Mobula was. I think it had a certain amount of cloud cover and was perhaps higher than they thought.
Completely on himself, although the Mobula is able to fire, so...
Yeah, the Squid it should be okay here unless they find themselves sitting in front of the Watcher, or if that carronade goes into their engines, but they have managed to pull back.
It's taking a lot of handle damage.
Out goes the Banshee, that's 30%, maybe 40% of their permahull going down. The Greasy Dream now pulling back, I think. They don't really want to fight 2 versus 1 without the Mobula in, and the engagement has gone high here. The Reborn is maintaining arcs on the Ephemeral Moth, which means another armor break. Banshees are not able to go in, but they might get a Hydro Ram in here.
Yeah, they're just a bit too high for them. But then are they going to try to sit on top of them or something, or?
Well,
They
that
get
probably
to
won't
sides.
end well.
Yeah, they're taking a heavy amount of fire. They're again
Yeah,
being singled out here by this Crazy Dream and the Reborn. But the Goldfish does try to deliver some support right now, but
Well, problem is that the Reborn took a Watcher to the backside. Yeah, it's not going to turn, but it doesn't really care about turning as long as its guns are pointing at stuff.
it does lose its balloon though. But the fish issue with the Mobilize, all the components are so far spread out that the Hawacha is not that efficiently for it. Like if you get close, you can knock out most of its components, but especially from below, you're not going to do much against there. Oh, and the Narwhal goes down.
Ouch. A
Flawless victory for Team Red.
Indeed, 5-0, and the opening engagements saw a little bit of damage to the squid, but otherwise I think both these ships came out relatively unscathed. An interesting choice of Gatling carronade for the Ephemeral Moth. I think it was worth trying something different because the... Oh, is this... Why are there so many Skyborn on the red team?
Well, one of the Gatlin is Skyborn, I think, so...
So... Is that what the island refers to?
I honestly don't know.
Is it a secret Skyborn island?